Well, in our first story this afternoon, one person is reported dead after some illegal miners allegedly attacked the operational site of Golden Star Resources. We understand that this incident resulted in a full-blown assault, leading to the destruction of office equipment and some 12 vehicles. The head of communications at Golden Star Resources, Gerald Boakye, has been speaking with Joy News about this incident.
We have the right to protect our concessions from Galamsey and Galamsey operators, or whatever you call them, illegal miners. And we usually, because we are not armed, we usually do this through engagement. So we engage them, talk to them, and then we escort them peacefully off our sites. On this occasion, the same thing happened, but obviously they, seeing that they probably have their booty there, amassed some more people and came back. In the process, the police that are stationed at our site assisted us to ward them off. But I mean, this did not stop them. So they obviously came back with more people, more illegal miners. And then that's when they started to touch property, ambulances, our officers, as you can see in the video. And luckily, the first thing that we take into consideration under such circumstances is life. So we moved our staff and our workers off to safety, and they continue to have a field day at our operation. But as I speak, the police, thankfully, from Takwa came, and they've sort of brought calm to the site, and they're doing the investigations, and we'll know what exactly happened pretty soon.
Gerald Boakye, head of corporate communications at Golden Star Resources, speaking earlier on News Desk with Samuel Bray. So the latest we have on that incident, that attack on the operational site of Golden Star Resources, is that one person is dead. There was some loss of equipment, as well as several equipment destroyed, and 12 vehicles, we are told, also destroyed in that full-blown assault. The police says it is investigating the matter, is calling for calm. We're keeping our eyes on that story for you as we continue to follow that incident over there at Benso in the Western region. While still in the mining sector, Goldfields and AngloGold Ashanti, those two mining giants, have agreed on the key terms of a proposed joint venture between the Goldfields Takwa and AngloGold Ashanti's neighboring Iduapriem mines. The proposed joint venture is the Takwa mine is held by Goldfields Ghana, and in which Goldfields currently owns 90% of the share, and government holds 10%. The Iduapriem mine is currently 100% owned by AngloGold Ashanti, and both mines are located near the town of Takwa in the country's western region. Both mines are located near the town of Takwa, and the two mining firms have agreed in principle on the key terms of a proposed joint venture. Joining us to discuss the benefits of this arrangement is Dr. Tony Obeng, who is former chief executive of the Minerals Commission. He also has several years of experience in the mining industry. Grateful you could join us this afternoon, sir. We'll talk about this in a bit, but I just wanted to pick your thoughts about what we've seen happen at the operational site of Golden Star Resources, where we understand one person has died following an attack by some illegal miners. Certainly, this is an issue that the mining sector has had to grapple with over the years.
Good afternoon to your viewers and listeners. I think it's sad that regardless of whatever happened, somebody would lose his or her life in an effort to survive. But obviously, it's a very tricky question when people want to make a living and at the same time want to do so on the properties of others without permission. So I will leave it there. And since it appears to me, and at least by your report, the police are investigating it, I'll try to not comment too much about it, but only to say that it's sad for the loss of life, and I'm worried about the intrusion on the properties of other people.
Very well. And so let's speak about the reason for which we called you, actually, the Goldfields and AngloGold Ashanti joint venture. What do you deem to be the benefit of this joint venture? Has it been long overdue?
Daryl, let me just quickly say that I am the founder and president of the African Institute of Extractive Industries. Yes, I am former chief executive, but I have to live the now than the past. But having said that, I think that this marriage has been long overdue, I must say. I know that Goldfields has been more interested in trying to get this type of relationship for the purpose of, the two parties consolidating their depleting reserves and resources. And if you have been to where Ibiaprim is and where Goldfields is, actually they are very, very close. So geographically, they are very proximate. They are very close to each other. And therefore, the synergy of mining together and producing the gold from that place actually reduces costs for them, and of course ensure that the depleting reserves and resources of the two mining companies would be enhanced. So I'm not surprised that they've now come to that understanding that we are better off from efficiency, both cost and everything, and for the fact of scale, the benefit of having a large scale, we would have to come together and do that. So I think it's good. It's good for the parties, I believe, and then I think it's good for Ghana, because if that did not take place, I think the reserves and resources of both companies have been depleting, and there's no doubt about that. I mean, Goldfields is mining ore of about 0.2, 0.4 grams per ton, which means you have to mine a lot of ore, a lot of materials to get a small amount of gold, and so on and so forth. So I think it's good for them from the point of view of consolidation, and also from the point of view of synergy, that they can use the resources together and extract what's available at a cost-effective way.
I don't know if we've had so many of these joint ventures here in Ghana, but just for the benefit of our audience, what would a joint venture entail? What would it also mean for both companies?
From what I have read, Goldfields would have about 60% share of that, and then AngloGold Ashanti, the Ibiaprim mine, would have 30%. Obviously, there is this free carry interest of 10%. So it means that government is getting a bigger 10%, and for the 10% from both mines. So that's a bigger 10%. And this also means that they would agree who will manage it. It is likely that Goldfields will be doing the mine, and it is also possible that they will absorb some of the key staff of Ibiaprim, which will be a younger brother this time. And then, they will look at what is available, what can be used effectively and efficiently, and that is the way they will go. I would not be surprised if some staff would have to take a hit on this because of the consolidation. They may not need the number of staff to mine the resource, because you can use the same staff to do two sites. So there's a likelihood that some staff would take a hit. But when that happens, in most cases, these mining companies, when they do the so-called severance and redundancies and all that, I think they do pay well. They do give good packages. And hopefully, those who would unfortunately suffer that may have to find a way of investing whatever they get. It is also possible that the same people, those who have technical skills, may find themselves elsewhere, even though they have the redundancy payments.
Well, we know the challenges that the mining sector has been through over the last couple of years. And so I'm just wondering, should government use this to sort of persuade other mining firms to look at the options of joint ventures in future?
Well, you see, the mining companies themselves, when this was happening, I'm sure they sat somewhere, not even in Accra or in Takwa, doing this. I'm sure they did that even in Johannesburg, because don't forget, the two companies have their headquarters in Johannesburg. They may be rivals in terms of the world bragging right, but when it comes to the efficiency of operating a mine, they become friends. So I'm sure they will be looking at, most of these companies may have been talking to each other, looking at all factors, including proximity, effectiveness of working together, and even mergers and acquisitions. So it may not require the government to advise, because if government advise just like that and it's not feasible, the mining companies will just not do anything.
Final question. Reuters asked both firms if they would consider a merger in future. I don't know if it's far-fetched. What do you think about the possibility of a merger between these two companies in future?
There's nothing impossible in this world. And for this corporate world, everything is possible. For now, they haven't discussed mergers. They have discussed the option to work together where it becomes necessary. But it is not impossible that in the future that could come up. Don't forget that in most of their operations globally, they are very close. AngloGold Ashanti may have a mine here, and then Goldfields will have another one here. We go to Australia, it's the same. We go to Peru and other places. Don't forget also that Newmont had to merge with one of the very big mining giants in this world. So it is not impossible.
All right, Dr. Tony Obeng, grateful you could join us this afternoon. Certainly good to speak with you. I appreciate your time with us. You're watching The Marketplace. Let's talk about